Okay, let's see. I have more people. Let me know if you can hear me. I have two live streams going. One is on the phone and the other one is on my laptop. And so can you let me know if there is a echo going on? Because two of them are going at the same time. So let me know. How to heal TCA. Oh, she's right off the bat. How to heal TCA burns. Did you get it done professionally or did you do it yourself? So that is a question I want to know. Okay, so go ahead and put the questions in the chat. And the reason why I'm doing both is because I can't, if I'm doing it by phone, I can't read the chats from here. Okay, so I'm going to do kind of a demo, and I'm sure some of you are surprised that I'm actually in my kitchen, and I apologize that the sound is not optimal because of the high ceilings. So, and I don't have a mic. One of my mics, I thought I could wear a lapel mic. It's not working. So anyway, okay, so Poland. Oh, wow, all the way from Poland. Okay, so I'm going to do today, if you're from Poland, you're not really going to appreciate this as much because today is July 4th and it is a major American holiday. So a lot of you are going to be eating barbecue foods. Now, the thing with, don't get me wrong, I love barbecue, but barbecue has a combination of things that really release a lot of free radicals around your skin and in your skin. Okay, so it has a combination of grilling proteins or meat in very high heat. So that introduces reactive oxygen species. And when you have a combination, a lot of times you're putting sauce on there, barbecue sauce on there. So now you have a combination of sugar, proteins, and fats. And that introduces a process that's called glycation. So glycation is when it can cause irregular striations of collagen and elastin. So I'm not here to tell you that you can't eat it, okay? What I'm here to tell you is there are some things that you can do over time, cumulatively, to help your skin battle that, okay? So, and so when you reduce overall inflammation, it doesn't stop. Most people concentrate on their face, right? But you want to look overall at your entire body because what you're eating, it goes to your entire body. Okay, so let's start first with this shake that I do that I've been doing for over 25 years. And I do it about 4 to 6 times a week. Okay. I even take this on vacation in a big Ziploc bag. Okay. So the first one that I use, and you can use any of the proteins depending on your personal preference, whether it's going to be from whey or plant protein. So I happen to be taking one, and none of this is sponsored. This is actually what I take. And if you saw the video right before that, I showed it to you. Okay, so this one is the Hush and Hush Plant Your Day. So this protein here, as you guys can see, is with pumpkin and pea. Now, pea doesn't have a complete essential amino acid profile, but that's why they combine it with the pumpkin. Now, pumpkin protein is actually, if you look at some of the amino acids in it, is really good for your skin. And it has a lot of glycoaminoproteins in here that also make up your skin. Okay, so I use this, and what I mix this with is the health of your skin. Believe it or not, is yes, it's what you put on your skin. But if your skin's microbiome is not healthy, okay, then what you put on your skin, it's very difficult for your skin to use those ingredients to then just make your skin healthier. So a good microbiome, yes, is probiotic, but it is actually prebiotic. So this is what I actually do for my clients, is recommend this for them. This is a raw organic fiber. So instead of psyllium, okay, it actually has a bunch of different organic sprouts in there. So what this does is this has it helps propagate your gut so that when you do take probiotics, it actually helps the probiotics propagate. Okay. So if you have a leaky gut, this is what you want to start off with first before just jumping into probiotics, because some of my clients who just jump into probiotics, they end up getting bloated or gassy. So how many of you have taken probiotics and it made you feel worse? Okay, if that is the case, that's why. Okay, so the next one is your skin is made up of collagen and elastin. The type of collagen for your skin, there's many different types of collagen, is collagen 1 and collagen 3. Okay, so you can take bovine collagen, the different types, but I personally take the marine collagen because it's easily digestible. This is wild caught, and I put the links in, can you see this? The description below. I know I always forget. Somebody always has to remind me. I have to go back and put it in there. So this is wild caught. So collagen 1 and collagen 3 is marine collagen, and that is what your skin is made out of. All the other different types of collagen will be directed towards vascular, your organs, your joints, that type of thing. Okay? Okay, so the next one is Japanese knotweed. That's Itadori. Okay, so Itadori is resveratrol. Most of it is resveratrol, and that is what your body absorbs the easiest. Okay, now what I do is you can get this at Costco, or I know that products vary in different places. So if you look here, so here is the 4-berry organic blend here. So the reason why I do this is that even though blueberries are a powerhouse, one thing that a lot of people don't talk about is the strawberries. Okay, so with strawberries, it has a mix in here. Okay, so blueberries are low in fisetin, and fisetin is what cleans up the senescent cells. So if you haven't watched my video before and you're new to my channel, senescent cells are basically cells that are alive, but they don't divide and they don't die off. They don't go through apoptosis. So they just take up space, and then as there's more and more of these cells, it creates a chemical that is very inflammatory. And so when you have this is when you start to develop cancer, autoimmune disease, all sorts of lifestyle diseases. So strawberries actually contain this, the fisetin, to help clean up those senescent cells. So you want a combination of berries. The other one is raspberries. So raspberries, I know when you eat it fresh, they get moldy really easily. But frozen, these little things, they have ingredients in there that help suppress irregular melanin formation. Okay? So what I do is I take these berries, and since I'm taking it every day, but for those of you who are planning to do a barbecue today, as many of you are, you want to put the berries, you want to take these. This one has blackberries in them. I got these at Costco. And I do this as a combination. So that's what I want to do, is then take the hush and hush. Okay, so while I'm making this, I'll answer skincare questions. Let's see. Oh, she retracted her thing. Okay, let's see. I don't know if I have any. If you guys are watching on your phone, I can't really tell if I have any chats there or questions there. So does anyone have any questions in regards to what I do? And for those of you who are new to my channel, my name is Christy, and I have been professionally treating skin, especially in the areas of hyperpigmentation. Hyperpigmentation. Can you guys see the products? I don't know if you guys. Hyperpigmentation, acne, and anti-aging. And I usually take this. So I do a lot of complementary, during the consultation, I do a lot of complementary things so that people can learn what foods to combine to boost a lot of the antioxidants. For example, if you haven't talked, if you don't know about ME-3, so ME-3 is a strain of Lactobacillus fermentum. This has been shown to directly increase your body's own ability to make glutathione, the master antioxidant that your body makes. So what I do is, because this has a combination of a lot of prebiotics and probiotics from food, I combine it and I take these, and these come in these little capsules. And you can, you can open up the capsules and put it in there if you want to, but I just take the capsules. And then I take this vitamin. The reason why I take this vitamin, even though it's kind of costly, is because a lot of the vitamins are from whole food sources. And this one in particular is Time Capsule. So this is actually like an anti-aging, has a lot of the vitamins and minerals, as well as, like turmeric and all these different types of things all in one. Okay, so I just take this almost every single day, even on vacation. Okay, so let's see. Is there any questions that you guys have? Because I'm going to keep it really short, but this is one of the many things that I do every day. And so I'm not somebody, so if you are hopping on here to find out what, if I do, if I promote Botox or tretinoin or any one of those things. So for those of you who don't know, I'm postmenopausal. So when you have postmenopausal skin, it becomes more sensitive. You have drier skin. And over time, if you keep speeding up your telomeres, they shorten. So we only have a limited amount of when your skin can, keep recovering, as some of you know who are in my age. And what's interesting is the age group that watches my channel is actually half my age. So usually people who watch you, it's what's similar. So that's why it's really interesting. I think that for those of you who are younger, who are young enough to be my kids, are trying to learn from this. Okay, so is there any questions? Is there anything you guys use to put in your smoothie? First of all, do any of you guys do smoothies? I don't know if you guys do any of the smoothies. And let me know too if this is something that you guys are interested in, where I do demonstrations of cooking for complementary type of foods to help boost up different antioxidants, because I can also do that as well. Okay, so let's see if there's any questions. So I'm just gonna make myself a smoothie now. Everyone's just, let's see. Kefir water. So you do kefir water? I'm not sure what that means. Kefir, and it has a mask on there. And if your gut is really, really healthy, you don't get colds nearly as much. So I will tell you this, my dad, who is 90 years old, has never gotten a cold. So let me jump over here. It seems like there's some comments over here, so I'll be right back, okay? And I'll read them to you guys. Let's see, it says, oh, Allie, I watched your microcurrent. Can I use aloe vera gel and magnesium spray while doing the microcurrent? Thank you. Okay, so that's it. So magnesium spray, so it's going to tend to make your skin more alkaline, right? Because it's a mineral. So I wouldn't do magnesium spray on there. Also, because it helps you relax, there's different things that help with that. And that's just going to, you can do it afterwards. So I would probably do it afterwards. So that's actually a really good, point. So what you want to do is, again, you want to use something that really is going to increase your hydration way more than the aloe vera gel that holds those molecules together. So I probably wouldn't use the magnesium spray. Okay. And I don't really understand what that meant. It just says kefir water. So Allie, so welcome back. I haven't seen you in a while. Okay. So, here's another thing. This has a scoop in here, the organic fiber. Oops. If you don't have a healthy gut and you take this, you may get really bad gas and bloating. I have been doing this for over 25 years, so I don't get Nothing gives me gas. That's how I know my gut is healthy. Nothing gives me gas, nothing gives me bloating. So you want to start off small with this, okay? And I would do this first for a while before you introduce any probiotics, the ones that are in the capsules first. So that's one tip you don't really hear about. Okay, so I put a scoop of this on there. And let me put a little bit more of this. And you can use whatever protein, just make sure it doesn't have a lot of processed stuff in there. Okay, let's see here. And then I have my collagen here. So I think that's one of the unique things is that when I do this, people ask me what my skincare is for my body as well as my skin. And this is live, so you guys can see that it's not filtered. I don't ever use any filters so that when people see me on the streets, they go, oh, you actually look like you. And I'm like, yeah, I don't do any filters. So, and a lot of it has to do with your diet and then the products that you use a combination of. Okay. So this stuff is here. Let me show you. So again, I apologize for the sound. I have to get a new mic, but here. See that? It's kind of like a red color. And then it kind of has a slightly tart flavor. But when you mix it into the shake, you can't really taste it. Okay, let's see. Is cooking... Oh, Angelia, hey! Is cooking the raw pre-fiber into oatmeal a bad thing? No. Okay, so what you do is if you're going to put it in oatmeal, which I've done before, is you add a little bit. You don't add that whole scoop. Otherwise, you're going to get a big clumpy clay of mess, okay? So what you want to do is just use about, depending on how much oatmeal that you have, do I have my measuring thing? Let me see. Anywhere between a half a teaspoon to a teaspoon, okay, of the fiber, because it's a thickener. You can also put it in sauces too to thicken it up. So I actually make my homemade stir-fry sauce, and I'll use this with coconut aminos or the tamari sauce, which is basically soy sauce without gluten. So I'll use that and then thicken it up. So in my oatmeal, that's actually a good question. So I'll actually put this in there, right? So it has some protein and a little bit of this when it's cooking, and then adding it in there. So you're going to need a little bit more water, okay? Sometimes I put collagen, not all the time. And I'll add the berries after it's cooked, okay? And then I will take it with this, okay, the ME-3. Okay, let's see. What is the name of the fiber supplement? So it's all in the descriptions below. I put everything in the descriptions below because I always forget to do that. So sorry about that. I was going to ask for the resveratrol. Okay, so that is, so it's called Itadori. It's a Japanese nutweed, and this one, so you can get them in capsules, but I like to get the powder because I like to put it in, all different types of things. They have a new packaging now. I put all the links in the description below. You can add this. I will actually add this into, I made a berry pie, the mix or a cobbler. So it gives it a little bit more tartness to balance out the sweetness. Okay. Let me see. Okay, so that's the trans resveratrol. That's what your body actually, absorbs better. So even though they say wine has resveratrol, here is a myth. It's going to cancel it out pretty much because of the alcohol. So I'm not saying to not drink wine. It's totally fine. But if you want to take the antioxidant, because alcohol robs your body of a lot of the antioxidant, including glutathione, right? Because that's from your liver, then I would just take it with this. And I'm not against, just so you know, I'm not against drinking, but anytime you voluntarily introduce something that's not great for your body, here's a trick that I do. I tell people it's okay to enjoy fried chicken or whatever, right? But then you have to neutralize. You have to give your body the weapons to help neutralize um, all those free radicals you are introducing in your body as well as outside your body. So the skincare products that you're using, that's to help neutralize the environmental assaults, right? When it hits your skin, but also your body from the inside out with your cells. So that's what most people don't realize. So if you've ever seen someone who is my age, who's older, where their skin and their neck look really good, but the rest of their body does not, that is because they're paying attention too much to just skincare products, but not overall, aging, right? And I go out in the sun. I love to go out in the sun. So what I showed you, here's my matcha tea. Here's my Pro Shield Max. I have this on my website because it has a lot of the derived from whole foods that actually, if you look at the studies, a lot of these at the cellular level helps fight a lot of the inflammation that's caused by the sun. So that's why I still go out in the sun. Yes, I still wear sunscreen, but the after effects of it. Okay, so it has like mulberry fruit, raspberry extract, which is a natural tyrosinase inhibitor, lutein, astaxanthin, marigold extract, zeaxanthin, and this has your anthocyanins. Okay, I can't read the thing here. Okay, let's see. We would love more videos that teach us how to neutralize bad foods when we indulge. Oh yeah, because Angelia loves her. She loves her good fruit. Yeah. So another thing to do is if you know you're going to have, like today, right, barbecue foods, you're going to have a lot more desserts, fried chicken, whatever it is, anything that's fried that's going to introduce that. I would probably, and especially if you have low stomach acid, I would take, if you can eat pineapple or papaya 30 minutes before you eat protein. These are bromelain and papain that help break down the protein, okay, as well as the vitamin C in there. That's going to help break down a lot of the meats and reduce that bloating if you have that bloating, okay? If you don't have access to that, they do have food capsules where you can take the bromelain, you can take the papain for that as well. If you're going to eat a lot of these foods, I really recommend that you take the vitamin C beforehand. Now, when you do that, studies have shown that it reduces vitamin C absorption. And one of the reasons why is because it's fighting a lot of the free radicals that you have introduced, whether it's sugar, fats, and then when it's combined with protein, really bad for your collagen, right? So that's one of the reasons why. So if you guys are finding this helpful, I only have 4 thumbs up. And on my other one, I only have 2, but there's more people watching. So can you guys give me a thumbs up, give me a like to tell me this kind of things that I usually just reserve for my clients, okay? So I just have one that just gave me a like. So make sure you give me a like and let me know this is the kind of things that you like, right? Thank you for giving me that. Okay, so these are the things you're not going to hear a lot of people who are in the skin industry talk about because most of them are not licensed and they're not well versed in this. So a lot of times in the consultation, when I talk about consultation, some people get really confused, like, why are you asking me all these questions about my diet besides my skincare products? It is because they work together, okay? So that's why sometimes somebody will use topical vitamin C and it really works on their skin, and somebody else will use it and it doesn't really work on their skin. That's because I want to know about their gut, okay, the natural microbiome of their gut. Okay, so there was another one that was here. No, it's not killing the fiber. So basically, I do want to say that if you are cooking something like oatmeal and you're going to add fiber to it, you always want to do it towards the end. Otherwise, you're going to get this big, clumpy mess. Let's see. Sharing this with us. Oh, that's awesome. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Okay, so is there any questions on cooking or like food combining or skincare stuff? Because it's Happy July 4th, you guys. I do know that you guys have to get going with all of those things. So, and this is another thing. It's not just barbecue. It's also Chinese food. So the kind that Americans eat. So when you combine those sweet and sour sauces with the fried, like lemon chicken or orange chicken, and then you do it they cook them in really high heat on the wok. They're using processed seed oils. People think they're eating healthy because it's Asian food, right? But that is horrible for you. You can eat it if you make it the Asian way, which is healthier, which is not a lot of sweet and sour or sweet and salty and fried foods. That is going, use a lot of garlic, lots of ginger, onions. These are also things that help your gut health. Okay. I wonder if I'm supposed to scroll up on that. I can't see that. Okay. So other than that, if there is no question, hi, Chrissy. Is there any way to know how much arsenic is in brown rice powder and protein powders? There is really no way, but this is another thing, you guys. Arsenic and heavy metals are in traces of a lot of foods, especially when they're grown from the ground, right? So like that's going to be rice, that's going to be your carrots, that's going to be your potatoes, your onions, it's in the dirt, right? So first of all, with rice, one of the things that Asians do that I notice that a lot of Western people don't do is they just cook the rice. They take the rice, they don't wash the rice or soak the rice. You want to soak the rice, okay? First of all, it breaks down the sugars, so the glycemic level decreases. And then you want to wash it each time, rinse it, and then do it again. And I let it sit for like 30 minutes or whatever. Then I cook the rice in the rice cooker. So that's one. There's no way to know. And I think this is where, Sarah, this is a great question. So I was doing the Amazon, so I have all these pretty little canisters back there. And I finally said, oh, you can get a bigger one. So matcha actually, right? Matcha actually is a natural chelator. So it will bind a lot of the heavy metals that we take and then help flush a lot of that out. That's one of the ways. So this is one of my, and I also do coffee too. So I get the benefits of both, but this will help with that. But there is no way of knowing. But I've been doing this for years. And so this will help neutralize a lot of the toxic and heavy metals that we are exposed to, both taking it internally. So it's not just, Sarah, that's actually a really great question, but it's not just rice. It's in a lot of the foods that we eat, right? Because arsenic is found in the ground along with pesticides. So this actually helps this. Now, one of the things that lowers antioxidant absorption in your body when you're doing matcha is fats. So when you do matcha latte, it's a higher fat. They have seen that in the lower intestines, it does reduce the amount of EGCG that you take in. So I just do it when I go and I usually just do it at home. But if I go and get matcha, I will ask to see what kind of matcha it is. So forget Starbucks, right? Because they dilute their matcha with fruit pectin and sugar. Is I tell them to do it the Japanese way. And they say, what is that? And I go, with hot water. That's it. No sugars, no dairy, no nut milk, nothing. Okay, so that was actually a great question, Sarah. Let's see here. I'd love to learn how to make our own face powder containing EE acetate. That is a whole different other thing, because you have to understand the chemistry of it. The powder goes everywhere. I don't have that kind of time, so I'd rather just have a manufacturer that's regulated do all of that. Okay, so let's see. Oh, you're so welcome, Sarah. Let me see if I can. What about air fried chicken? Okay, let's talk about that. These a lot of times are cooked in air fryers that have forever chemicals, right? So I don't get, because of the nonstick. So I don't use that. And actually, I wonder if you guys can, I can move this around. Okay, hold on. Let me see if I can do this. Let's see if you guys can see this, okay? I love doing this because it's, oops, see that? Oops. That is a Black & Decker toaster oven. It's the only one I found, besides another one, Mueller, that, sorry guys on the phone, I will let you guys see that, is the only one that doesn't have the forever chemicals. They actually use a zinc for the coating, like a zinc type of coating. So it's not like the nonstick stuff. So I would probably I did so much research, and it's so sad that, because I wanted a Breville because it looks prettier, and they're really good reviews, but they use forever chemicals inside the thing, and then also that what you cook on. So hold on real quick, let me show my phone people. Okay, see, let's see if you guys, can you guys see that? The toaster oven. That's the one that doesn't have the forever chemicals on there. Okay. Okay, let's see. So if you want to do air fried chicken, I probably would do it in your big convection oven, or get one of these. So I don't really like the air fryers at all. Okay. And all of so if you look a lot into, I'm going to do another video about where you store your food in. I did a lot of research on that one, you guys, because of so many of my clients have melasma and hyperpigmentation, and a lot of it is what you're exposing your food to, not only what's in it, but what you're cooking it on. Can you do what I eat in a day? I can. Okay, see, this is the thing. I had like 4 clients ask me about that, and I thought, no, who cares? No, I don't watch those videos. It's like, who cares? I'm not going to do it. But if you guys really want to know, I will show you guys, and you guys will be like, what? But it's good, okay? It's probably not anything. Well, okay, I will show you guys what I eat in a day, and then you guys will be amazed on what I do. But you guys have to remember this. If you're doing what everybody else, like the masses, are doing, you're going to look like the masses. And given that they say, I mean, this is what I heard, I can't verify it, but you can look around and kind of see, they say like we're nearing America, like just under 40% of people being overweight. So look at what they're eating. Look what they're putting in their body. So if you do things that with the masses, then you're not going to look like everyone. And so I shared in my other live that I got carded. So the first, I think it's the first Tuesday of every month is senior day at my grocery store. So I went and got some food and they carded me, which I guess it made me feel good, right? They carded me because they didn't believe I was a senior. So that's what you want, right? It's not just about your face or your neck or your chest. It's how you move, right? It's the whole picture. So when people concentrate on getting a facelift or whatever, everyone knows that they're older and they look even worse a lot of the times. And I'm not against facelift, but you all know, right? When someone walks in and they've had their face done, you're not thinking, oh, they look young. You're like, oh, they had a facelift, right? So yeah, so I can do what I eat in a day, and you guys are gonna be you guys are gonna be like laughing. But this is one of the things I do every single day, or 4 to 6 times a week, and I take it with me on vacation with my little Ziploc bags. Look, I even let me see if I have them in here. Oh, yeah. See how many of my plastic scoops that I have? So in case I travel, I take them with me. Okay, let's see. Turn aging around, not such an attention-grabbing title for a video. Yeah, let's see. You mentioned making matcha the Japanese way. Is it not good to drink with oat milk? Thank you. Okay, so I don't recommend oat milk. I thought I got all excited with oat milk when it first came out, but it does have traces of glyphosate in it, and it's not gluten-free. There's very little nutrients in oat milk, and they actually prevent in the lower intestine absorbing of a lot of the nutrients. So I'm no longer a fan of oat milk. If you're gonna do, like, if you're vegan and you want some kind of milk in it, maybe try, what was the study? They did it with all the different types of milk, and it reduced, the fattier the milk was, the less the EGCG, which is the epigallocatechin galate, is absorbed in the lower intestines. So I just do water. I just do hot water with this, and with the coffee, I do the Swiss water process, as I talked about, with this extra virgin. Where is it? Well, I think it's in my drawer. But I do that, and then at night, I do the taurine, and you can get the red seaweed if you guys are vegan. Now, this helps with your own skin's hyaluronic acid and a lipid profile so that your skin barrier is healthy. Because if your skin barrier is not healthy, a lot of the stuff that you put on your skin won't work, and it also protects your skin. So typically, women my age will start to lose significantly the first 5 years after menopause, significant amounts of collagen and elastin, and they start to sag. And I used to have a lot more fat. Yes, that's true. But I've been in post-menopause for quite some time. So, I mean, that's over and done with. Thank God. But I still have a lot of the plumpness. I think it's because I've been doing this for so long. So for those of you who basically think just by taking this for a couple months and you're like, well, I didn't see any improvement on this. I've been doing this for over 25 years, people. Now, it wasn't the same exact brand because these brands didn't exist. So Garden of Life has been around for a really, really long time. And so they used to have another one that I used to take. So, and I like it because a lot of their stuff is whole food sourced. Okay, let's see. Yeah, I am a senior. I know. Let's see. Adapalene or tretinoin for hyperpigmentation, acne, and anti-aging. So, okay, so here's the thing. I'm not against using adapalene, tretinoin, or any of these things, but if you have melasma, if you've got melasma, wait, what does it say? Okay, like acne, there are other things that I would probably recommend over that. You can use it for a short amount of time, but if you use it and let's say your acne comes back, a lot of it has to do with your diet. Um, Age spots, if you have more red yellow pigments, typically you're going to be your redheads, your blondes, light eyes. Adapalene and tretinoin can work, but if you have brown, black pigment, um, it actually can make it worse. Okay, because the way that your skin is inflamed, it's going to create more pigments, and as you get more aggressive in using this, because you build up a tolerance, you're going to many of them will develop treatment resistant hyperpigmentation. So, you know, you haven't said, like, I don't know what you look like, so I don't know if you have the ability to tan, if you have olive skin, um, or what you're using it for. For anti-aging, I can't use any of that because I'm allergic. So there's other ways that you can do it, but I'm not against that. So what this does is tretinoin and adapalene, any of those things. It's causing inflammation in your skin, so your skin will respond by making new collagen and elastin. I choose to do it from the inside out and do this because inflammation, as you get older and you are self-inflicting this inflammation, you're gonna start to see at the tail end of it how your body only has the length of your telomeres is only so long. And so if you're speeding it and shortening it by self-inflicting it, you're going to pay for that in the end, which is why somebody showed me or shared with me a video, a client of mine, that talked about these younger generations. If you're out there, your 30-year-olds, your 20-year-olds are looking like 40-year-olds. And a couple of the clients that I have got look that way, and I was just shocked. And one of them started using Retin-A under her eyes because her mom did, and she looked a lot older. I thought she was like 42, but she's 26. So let's see. How much credit would you give to natto? So I grew up eating natto. I don't expect, and if you guys can eat natto after trying it as an adult, good on you, because I've been told it smells like stinky feet. Um, and it's like, I should show it to you. It's all gooey and everything. So natto has several different enzymes in there, including one of the newer ones called natto kinase. It's an enzyme that has actually helped with people who have ease their symptoms, with this exposure to the spike protein. I didn't get the vaccine, so I cannot vouch for that, but there are different studies that have talked about that. So my dad eats natto every day because he's from the region where natto is very popular. And like I said, he's 90 years old and he has not gotten sick to this day. Okay. And when everybody was wearing masks, he would go around not wearing a mask because he said you're immune. So he used to be a microbiologist, immunologist, and he would say you need to stimulate your immune system to get it stronger, not isolate yourself. So this little Japanese man going around, taking his mask off and pretending not to understand English when he was told to put his mask back on. And here he was a professor, so he understood English. He just didn't want to do it. Okay, let's see. Oh, tip for African American skin. I'm a 6. Oh, you're a 6 on Fitzpatrick. Okay, great information. So what would you recommend for overall skin health? Okay, so if you are a Fitzpatrick 4, 5, and 6, one of the biggest things for you guys, you don't have a collagen and elastin problem, obviously, right? It is vitamin D, because your melanin is created to protect your skin from very strong sun, right? So it's very difficult to absorb vitamin D through the sun. So you need to do vitamin K, vitamin D, and vitamin A together as a supplement. So that is the big one, is osteoporosis with darker skin types. And hopefully you don't have melasma, but that's the biggest one as far as skincare. Okay. Or, using, I would probably do for Fitzpatrick 6. Typically, the diet for people who have Fitzpatrick 6 that I have encountered is a very poor diet. They don't eat a lot of vegetables. They eat a lot of processed foods. Now, I'm not saying everyone, but a lot of my clients who have Fitzpatrick 6. So the first 9 months of me treating them is getting their gut right. Okay? Because even if you take these supplements and your gut is not healthy, your body doesn't know how to take these and turn them into the nutrients that your body needs. So for someone who's a Fitzpatrick 6, Fitzpatrick 6 also don't eat foods that are high in omega-3 and astaxanthin. So that's going to help your skin as well. A lot of the things that you see for African American skin, to use a lot of the anti-aging stuff. Well, you have to remember, those are mostly for people who have not as much collagen and elastin, and their skin reacts more to sun sensitivity, right? So you want to be able to, your skin is typically not as sensitive. So I probably would recommend, believe it or not, more gentle things as far as the cleanser first, and then prep your skin. Do most of your exfoliation that is not leave-on exfoliation for both fair skin and dark skin, because dark skin will overproduce the melanin to protect the skin. And then for people who are Fitzpatrick 1, 2, and 3, if you actually increase your diet, ladies, gentlemen, or whatever, Fitzpatrick 1, 2, and 3, because I'm a Fitzpatrick 3, with foods, you can actually go outside and not get so wrinkly. I mean, here is proof, right? There's no makeup on my, chest or whatever. It's really so that when you do go outside, this is what I take. If you do go outside, then it helps your body repair itself and neutralize the free radicals that then eventually you start to get the sunspots. And so the other thing is age spots. So typically that's lipofuscin, right? That is a sign that your liver is overtaxed, whether it's from medication or stress or hormones or whatever. So then you start to get the irregular pigmentation. You can't avoid it just because when you're postmenopausal, your hormones start to take a dive. But the more sugar you've had in your life, the bigger the spots that you'll get all over your legs. And then as you get older, you start to get hypopigmentation, where when you get older, your melanocytes die off. And so then you'll get, let me see if I don't know if it's going to show up on the screen. I got a couple here. I don't know if you can see it, but where the pigments die off. And so then now if you looked at like older people and you see those like white spots on their legs or whatever, it's because of that. They just die off, right? So overall skin health. Okay, so that just depends again. So what would you recommend for overall skin health? The overall thing that I first tell everybody that I see is their gut. We do a whole thing, and I'm starting in August. I will be able to do a whole gut map for my consultation, so we can actually see what specific what specific probiotics that they're lacking. There's billions of different strains, and depending on what they're lacking, some people it's acne, other people it's melasma, other people it's fine lines and wrinkles. So get your gut healthy. But when people start to overload on probiotics and their gut's not healthy, it's just going to create more gas and bloating. So you want to start off first starting off slow. And here's the thing, every time you take an antibiotic, it will obliterate both your good and your bad bacteria. So then you have to start from square one. This is why it's common for some people that when they do take an antibiotic, they get a yeast infection, whether it's, down there or some kind of yeast infection on their skin. So that's another one. So if you have a persistent skin condition, whether it's persistently dry lips, dry skin, I really go into delving into their diet and then the skincare products that they're using, because that your skin is going to respond to that as well. I do not do any facial exercises, and one of the I'm not saying that it's not good. So facial exercises, when the muscles that you have on your face, and I've shown in the videos before, are made so that you can, raise your eyebrows and open your mouth, that kind of thing, right? So when you do those facial exercises, you get some lift because you're creating muscle. But if you already have the nasolabial folds or the number 11 lines or the forehead lines or whatever from repeated dynamic, wrinkles, then they start to crease and the collagen and elastin breaks down over time. So now you have the scars of that. So I don't do that. I actually do, if you watch that video on my microcurrent, that is what I do. That is what I have been doing. So that's a good question. What about AHA and BHA? Do they shorten telomeres as well? I was told to use them every day. Okay, in essence, no, yes and no. So BHA, let's first talk about BHA. It is an oil soluble beta hydroxy acid, right? And so that does not, depending on what percentage that you're using it on, if you're just using just a little bit, usually it's like 1 or 2% in a skincare product, and you have really oily skin, that's going to speed up the skin cell turnover just a little bit to help heal your acne lesions. So at some level, if you're using them for long periods of time, every single day, it can, but not at the level that tretinoin and retin-A can. AHA, that's a form of alpha hydroxy acid, is also tretinoin, and glycolic acid. So the thing is that yes, it can if you're using very high levels and you're doing it all the time. But if you're using it with other combinations, like I have my clients have, step 1 serum, and I have them mix it into a powder. So there's different combinations that you can use. But just to answer your question at a general level, is it Veronica? I hope I said it right. Not in the short term, it does not. But here's the thing with using that over time, because it does make your skin more photosensitive like any of the other acids. This is where the nutrition comes in, so that when you do go outside, your skin doesn't respond. Everyone thinks it's the UV rays, and it is the UV rays, but we can't go around wearing gloves and sunglasses and hats and covering ourselves, because we need that vitamin D. It's how your skin responds to that exposure as well. So it's a balance of both, if you guys can so that's one of the things. And in the 70s, I would, anyone who's in here who's older, in the 70s, there was no sunscreen. It was suntan oil or suntan lotion that we used. And I used to put baby oil and just lay there with one of those like reflector things on there. And then I started aging a lot. And then I started doing a lot of my own research, and then finally got licensed. But it just goes to show you, your skin, because it's an organ, it can recover. Okay, it can recover itself over time depending on how old you are. So at that time I was 19, where I already started to look middle age. You could really start to see it, because I was in the sun so much, that you can recover with that. Okay, so usually when you see someone who's really, their skin is really sun damaged, it's because it's over time. It's all accumulation of the free radicals that their body has been exposed to. Okay. So I don't know what your skin looks like, Veronica, but to use them every day, it's like that's why I don't recommend using these that are leave-on products. Use it for what it's for. Like for acne, like lesions, of course, yeah, you're going to put it on the acne. But if you're putting these serums that have glycolic acid all over your face every single day, and then you're surprised that you start to see these fine lines and wrinkles, it's kind of like, well, you made your skin way more photosensitive than it naturally should be, if that makes any sense. Okay, so any other questions on I should probably do one that's like a vitamin combining. So if you guys are all planning to go out, spend time in the sun, right? You're eating barbecue foods, and a lot of times it comes with like chips and potato salad and all these different things. I am not somebody who says you can't eat any of that. I eat some of that too, but I do try to do I'm not being sponsored, you guys, but let me see if did my husband eat it all? Oh, here. Okay. If we do eat snacks or whatever, my husband is a snacker. And they're kind of expensive, but I try to get them on sale. Have you guys heard of Siete, right? So we have the churro chips. There's different flavors. So it's cooked in avocado oil, right? So it's not a seed oil. And I mean, I can just read it. Ingredients: cassava blend, cassava flour, avocado oil, coconut sugar, agave syrup, pumpkin powder. Pumpkin is really good for your skin. Cinnamon, psyllium husk powder, sea salt, vanilla powder. So is it the healthiest? No. Okay. But, you want to live. And I'm telling you, at my age, like, I'm going to eat a lot of healthy foods. But if I want a snack or if I want something, I'm going to eat it. Okay, so if you guys are expecting to see, oh, my raspberries. If you guys are expecting to see that I eat perfectly, I do not. I really balance it out with other foods that can help with the fighting of the free radicals. And I know that I told one of my clients, if I know I'm going to have dessert, one of the things that I do is I do have more, I do have more vitamin C. I load up on the Pro Shield Max before I have my dessert, because I know I am voluntarily self-inflicting putting these in my body. So I cannot say in good conscience that I eat healthy 100% of the time. I don't. So, but one thing I do try to avoid as much as possible because of my autoimmune is gluten, because that really will inflame my joints and make me really fatigued. So I do avoid that. Do I have gluten sometimes? Yes, because I will eat something that inadvertently I didn't know that there was gluten in there, and my body will tell me. Okay. Vitamin C, I will tell you this. Vitamin C, for those of you who just slather on vitamin C, I'm not saying that vitamin C doesn't work, but if you're really trying to concentrate on vitamin C, first get your gut healthy, and then start introducing the probiotics. And then number 3 is, especially if you are somebody who goes outside a lot, and you, Angelia, if you're still on here, you want to take a lot of vitamin C and a lot of I tell my clients who come for age spots and hyperpigmentation, and they're not great at taking supplements, take this every day in the summer, because this will help you. Okay. So, what? Yes, it is a leave-on product. Okay, so Veronica, I probably wouldn't do that. I probably would use something that has it, like in a scrub or a facial mask or something like that has the AHAs. Leave it on, let it do its work, right? Because it's keratolytic in nature, meaning it's dissolving the dead skin cells, and then take it off. Rinse it off so it doesn't continue to do that. Okay? You're 37. Okay, so you're at that age where your skin is changing. So where the two stages where your skin changes the most as a woman is in your mid to late 30s, and then the first years into after menopause. You will see a huge difference. And if you've seen YouTubers that are in their late 40s and they keep doing videos, and you can see there's like so then that's when they panic, and then they start shooting up all those fillers and everything because they've lost a significant amount of volume in their face, and it can be very disconcerting, but there are other ways that you can do it. Okay. I'm on my face right now. Right outside. I know, Angela. So Angelia is one of my clients, and every time we do a consultation for something, for a treatment, she's like, oh, by the way, I'm traveling to Hawaii. Oh, I'm going here. And then so I have to work with her in neutralizing a lot of the self-inflict damage that she's doing. But I understand, like, you have to enjoy life, right? So, I mean, I go to Hawaii too. I go and do all these things outside. I'm very athletic. So I'm not saying to hide in the sun, or, you know, you've got to balance it out with nutrition and skincare products. And everybody is so individual. That is why I do these consultations. And when you see these videos that say, use this because I did and this worked, and then you're like, this didn't work for me. It could be because of, you know, your skin condition, where you live, your lifestyle, and your diet. Okay, so I will tell you that. Okay, so I love, Angelia, that you're on here. So if you guys want to see what I eat in a day, I will actually do that and show you how I cook it, because I think most people don't really understand like the combinations of food. Like, I'm eating this because this is nutritious. I'm eating this because this is nutritious. And they don't realize that some of them actually can, with the combination of the two, reduce absorption of one of the antioxidants. Okay, so I hope you guys have a wonderful July 4th. All the links of the products that I had pointed out, except for the chips or whatever, that's all in the description below. And if you have other additional questions, you can go ahead and put them in the comments after the live ends. So happy July 4th, and thank you very much for watching. Okay, talk to you guys soon.